What's going on, guys? It's Blunder here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to bind F13 to F24 as hotkeys in OBS. Let's go. So why would you want to use the additional F keys in OBS? Well, if you play a game like Fortnite or COD or anything like that and you have your F keys binded as your weapons, it can make it really difficult when you want to use those F keys as hotkeys in OBS. As an example, if you press F1 and that's your gun slot in Fortnite, every time you press that, it's going to action the hotkey that you've assigned that to in OBS. Alright, first things first. To do the method that I'm going to show you, you need a SteelSeries keyboard, OBS, and an Elgato Stream Deck. Now before we get into it, you know the drill. Like and subscribe so you never miss any of my content. Alright, so first things first, what we want to do is we want to create a hotkey. So go over to your Elgato Stream Deck software, and we want to go to System. We want to go to Hotkey, not Hotkey Switch. All you got to do is drag and drop that onto your Stream Deck. Easy. Now, I'm going to title this one Screenshot, and it's asking me what I want to assign it to. Alright, so what hotkey I want to assign this to. Now, what that means is it's asking me what key do I want to press to activate this. Alright, so we wouldn't want to make it a key or that we're going to use frequently. Like you wouldn't make it the letter A, you know, that would make no sense. So what we want to do is we want to go to F keys and we want to go to F23. Now we've done that because F23 doesn't physically exist on your switchboard, so there's no chance that you'll ever accidentally press it. Alright, now that we've done that, we want to go over to our SteelSeries software where we're going to be remapping our keys. Alright, so now that we're in our SteelSeries software, all we're going to do is we're going to remap the keys, which is pretty easy. So first things first, all you have to do is go over into the engine, click that. You'll see your keyboard there. I have the Apex Pro, so I click that. It'll open up another window, which I've now dragged and dropped there. And as you can see up here, there's different configurations or profiles. Now, these profiles, the way they work is whatever you set that to is what it will have on the keyboard. So as an example, I have a gaming one, I have a uni one, and as you can see, I've already set up the F keys in configuration 3. But for this video, I'm going to set it up in configuration 5, just so you can see how I did it. Now, click configuration 5, and all you want to do is you want to come up to your F keys, and you can remap every individual key. So we want to click F1, right, and you can see here it's already ticked as F1. You want to come down and we want to make that F13. Done. Right, now you can see if I hover over it, it's actually become F13. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and do that to every single key, all the way up to F24. Okay, so now we've remapped all of our keys, all the way from F13 to F24. What you want to do is you want to remain in this configuration, this profile. Don't get out of it, alright? You want to stay in that. You can close the software, that's fine, but don't get out of the profile. Then what we want to do is we want to move over to OBS, where we're going to actually input that hotkey. Okay, now we're in OBS. All we want to do is come over to File, hit Settings, hit Hotkeys, and we want to find Screenshot. Now we want to hit F11 on our keyboard, but that's going to actually input F23. Now you can see down here that I already have F24, which is F12 on the keyboard, set up for the replay buffer. If you want to know why, just let me know and I'll make a video on that. Okay, now that we've done that, we can go back to our SteelSeries software and finish the process. Alright, so we're back in our SteelSeries software. Just like before, we want to go to the remapping section. So once again, hit Engine, go to your keyboard, Apex Pro. Now it opens up another window. And here we are. You can see that we're on configuration 5, and that's where the configuration we want it to be on when we're in OBS setting up the hotkey. But now that I want to go play some games, I want to go back to my gaming one. Alright, and when I do that, you can see it takes away all the remapping that I've done. Alright, you don't need to hit save, you've just changed the profile. Now you can actually physically do this on the keyboard, however I'm just doing it in this software to show you how it works. Now that we've done that, it's time to test out the key. Okay, so now that we're in our Stream Deck software, we can see that the screenshot key is set up. It's got the hotkey of F23. We've set that up in OBS. Now it's time to actually test it and see what happens. So I'm going to press that on my Stream Deck. And now if I go over to my Windows folder You can see here is a screenshot. It's not the most pleasing looking screenshot, but as you can see, it works. All right, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something new, leave a like, drop a comment. If you have any questions regarding the method, just hit me up on Twitch. I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I'll see you at the next one.